with her jugs could feed 10 camels.
You did that on purpose.
That's what it says in the outscroll. Like she was, if she like 10 camels. Like camels drink a lot of water. That's like 10 minutes a camel.
Are you going to tell me that
so she probably would really be really good behind a plow. Because she's strong. She's a strong woman.
Well,
I like that about Jewish chicks. A lot of Orthodox Jewish chicks are really formidable.
She could, she didn't necessarily have to pull it herself. She could have. She probably had a very nice ass, and she could have.
Yeah. Her ass. The ass pulling the plow, but she would have been guiding the plow
with her big jugs.
With her jugs. Oh boy.
I think Rivka had big jugs and a nice ass. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
okay.
So I dig this about a lot of Orthodox Jewish women. They're really formidable. Like, I'm kind of like a sensitive guy. I like to listen to Air Supply and Barry Manilow. I like to talk about my feelings. I like to blog about my therapy sessions. So I need like a really strong woman. Like, I need a woman who kicks ass. I need a woman who can like water 10 camels. Camels with 2 humps. So
she's going to need some really big jugs.
Yeah, a woman with big jugs, a nice ass, and so a woman who's practical, who can plow a field, who can water camels, can like hold down a job. Because I'm not so good at earning money, and look after the kids, and like cook and prepare meals. Like, I need a formidable Orthodox Jewish woman because they're out there. Like some of my friends are married to them. Like, these are like tough women. Like, they're infinitely tougher than that total wanker who's an inside linebacker for the Cowboys who hasn't done anything in 3 games, Keith Brooking. So I want a tough Jewish chick who will like kick my ass and like totally round me into shape, and who'll like keep me afloat in this dangerous world. Like, this is a dangerous world. There are a lot of like nasty people out there. So I want someone who can keep me safe, protected, warm, fed, clothed, nurtured, have my kids, cook nice meals, bring guests over, and bring home the bacon. So I want a formidable woman kind of like Rivka. But that's just me. I also dig that Eliezer was not looking for omens. It wasn't like, oh, I know this is the right person if like such and such happens. He wasn't looking for omens. What he was looking for was righteousness. So that's where it's at, folks. Don't go out there looking for omens, and don't wear your red strings, and go to the Kabbalah Center, and like, don't be superstitious. The Torah hates superstition. Just go out there and look for righteousness. Go ahead.
What's that cricket? Is that in here?
Yeah, I got a lot of crickets in here.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so I dig this. Dig Eliezer. He's not only looking for kindness. So Eliezer says, "Blessed is Hashem, God of my master Abraham, who has not withheld his kindness and truth from my master."
Oh, you're missing something.
Did the Giants fumble?
There's a fumble. I don't know who got it.
That doesn't matter. They're losing by 18 points. Cowboys are done for the season. Anyway, it's goyish nonsense.
I pay attention to your stupid game, and I get called an Irish guy. Okay, go ahead.
So I dig Eliezer. He's not just looking for kindness; he's also looking for truth. So that's really important. Like, a lot of people go, "Oh, I just want kindness," but if you just pursue kindness and like ignore truth, it's like, "Oh, I'm not going to say that, even though it's true, because it's not kind." You're going to end up, in a messed up world. So be like Eliezer. Look for kindness, but also look for truth. And okay, I was kind of interested. A lot of the rabbinic figures of the Talmud, think Laban's a really lousy character from the get-go, but the Ramban, according to the Ascroll here, interprets Laban's character in the context of this as basically straightforward and honorable, since there is nothing up to this point in the narrative that suggests otherwise.
Well, we're going to learn terrible things about him
later on. But that was... Now, Rivka was wearing a veil when she was coming to Isaac, some say. So how common is it for Jewish women to wear a chador?
Well, you got to remember, this was literally a wedding.
Yeah.
This was a wedding.
Yeah.
And where do we get the veil from? You know, there's a whale. There's a veil at the wedding, right? Right? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a veil at the wedding. You been to a Fermi wedding
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
Okay, what happens at a Fermi wedding?
Yeah, but not like Fermi women don't walk down the street on Pico.
No. We're not talking about burqas here. We're talking about a wedding. This is a wedding.
I know, but they don't walk down the street wearing veils, right?
No. Did you even listen to what I said?
Yeah, go ahead.
What did I say?
You talked about the wedding, how they're veiled. And...
Right. Because this is the first recorded wedding in the Torah. The wedding between Yitzchak and Rivka is going to be the first recorded wedding in the Torah. He's bringing her back, right? And when she sees him, that's when that's when the wedding starts. That's the wedding. He meets her, they're getting married right there. And that is why today, in Jewish tradition, it's always been that when he meets her, at the wedding, she has her face veiled.
So Rivka had to get up and go. So just like Abraham, like Lech Lecha, had to leave his father's house and go. So Rivka had to leave her father's house and go.
From Haran. But Haran was a terrible place.
Yeah.
It was like she was the only righteous person in this terrible town.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible people. She needed to leave there. And she, this was her chance to marry the tzaddik. Because she's going to marry Yitzchak, who's this guy who sits and learns in Torah in Beis Medrash all day.
So this is the Jewish way. You've got to be prepared to get up and go. You can't go, I don't leave my parents' house. It's comfortable for me in this community. I grew up here. Like in Judaism, like in the Jewish way of looking at life, what is our foundation is Torah. It's not the community I grew up in. It's not my parents' house. Those are nice things, or can be nice things. But Jews uproot themselves all the time and move for jobs, for marriage, for Torah, for whatever. So like, some goyim like, I'm not going to leave my community, no jobs here, but I'm just going to stay on welfare. I think that's not the Jewish approach. You get up and go if you need to get up and go to improve your life.
I would also say in her case, it was a chance to, she was converting. Mm-hmm. She was becoming a Jew because her family's not Jewish, right?
Right.
They're a bunch of goyim and they're a bunch of idolaters, right? It's a terrible town, and she needed to get the fuck out of there, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to become Jewish and you want to become from, you're going to have to leave, downtown. Where is she from? Some town where there's no Judaism.
Yeah.
Where's she from? Give me a town. Sacramento.
Yeah.
No. What's near Sacramento? Chico. She's got to leave town.
There's a Chabad there.
Oh, is there really? Give me another place. West Covina or something.
Auburn. I spent 10 years in Auburn. There's definitely no Jewish life.
I don't even know where that is. Okay, so...
Well, they beat Alabama? Who did they beat?
No.
No, Auburn. In Northern California, about Sacramento. So no Jewish life. So.
Orland, California. How's that?
Auburn. I lived in Auburn. Let's talk about
Auburn. Wherever the hell this is in California, there's a town called Auburn. Mm-hmm. You're from there. You want to become a Jew, no matter how you slice it, you're going to have to leave. If you were born Jewish and you live in some verkachta place where there's no Jewish community, you're going to have to leave if you want to become from, because you can do it on your own, it's never going to come out right. You have to leave, you have to go live in a Jewish community. It's the only way it's going to work. If you're not Jewish, you're not going to be able to, you have to move into a Jewish neighborhood. You have to work with a converting rabbi. You have to get up and you have to leave.
So Abraham was gathered to his kin. So what does that mean? So first of all, I think Abraham's the only major figure in the Bible who dies happy. So that's significant. And God promised him that he'd live a long life, and so he did. So what does it mean that Abraham died and was gathered to his kin? Because if it just means Abraham died, you wouldn't need to add, and he was gathered to his kin. And this is even, it's different from, it says he was died, he was gathered to his kin, and then the next verse is, and then his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him. So gathered to his kin doesn't mean burial, and it doesn't mean died. So according to Nachum Sana, this phrase, gathered to his kin, peculiar to the Torah, is also used of Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, Aaron, and Moses. The analysis of the context in which it is found reveals that it is to be distinguished from death itself because the action follows the demise, follows death. It's not the same as burial in an ancestral grave, because it is employed of Abraham, Aaron, and Moses